Hi everyone, we are Group 1, and I'm Han.
I'm Amy. I'm Olina.
I'm Cherry.
I'm Sherry.
I'm Jasper.
I'm Ruth. I'm Cassie.
And today our topic is ubiquitous edutainment, informal language learning by the Z generation. Here are our contents. These are some examples of the so-called successful language learners, and their common ground is that they gain success by learning informally outside the class. 2 generations ago, students mostly learn in the classroom, from the textbook, and communicate with their classmates. But now, with the portable device, the digital native, who refers to 1997 to 2012, can learn languages anytime and anywhere. And the learning can be informative, entertaining, and free. Our research is to find out how successful Generation Z language learners gradually gain success in their target languages, including English, Japanese, and Korean. Here are our research questions. How do they learn the target languages informally? And how do they perceive their learning languages experiences?
So, what is informal learning? Learning can be roughly classified into 3 modes. Formal learning is a goal-oriented way of learning with a fixed syllabus and the guidance of an instructor in an educational setting. Informal learning refers to learning that is not organized and usually done incidentally. For example, when you learn some new words after you watch a movie, that is the result of informal learning. Similar to informal learning, non-formal learning happens out of class, but is goal-oriented, such as using Duolingo to access online tutorial lessons. Our study including both the learner, informal and non-formal learning.
With the development of technology, Gen Z language learners have more chances to use their target language for entertainment or other intentions. Like our study of the 2 types of language learning experiences with technology. And the first one is instruction-oriented. For example, when you use an app to learn grammar or pronunciation. And the second one is entertainment and information-oriented. For example, when you play computer games with your friends in English. And the final one is social-oriented. For example, when you use Messenger to chat with your friends in English.
In order to understand students' informal language learning, we recruited 6 Generation Z language learners who credit the most part of their success to informal learning. 2 Korean learners, 2 Japanese learners, and 2 English learners. And all of their language proficiency is up to B2 and C1 levels. And then we conducted interviews with each participant following the PDCA cycle to document the learner's motivation, strategies, changes, and perspectives across different stages of life. And we also asked the participants to show us their learning records, such as notes, materials, and certifications, to reflect their learning experiences.
Also, our interviews were conducted face-to-face or via webcam, and were recorded and then transcribed to do narrative and thematic analysis. Taking Korean 1 for example, narrative analysis was first adopted to obtain a full picture of the participants' learning history. Then, thematic analysis was used to generate themes related to the commonalities and differences in each participant's language learning practice, across several life stages, as well as between the same or different foreign languages.
According to participants, most learners had initial contact with the target language in elementary school. Korean and Japanese learners knew the target language because of their living environment and technology, which including entertainment. English learners knew the target language because of the compulsory education. Korean learners were busy about idols, which is known as K-wave. Japanese learners like Japanese culture. As for English learners, one like NBA, another like to listen to the music and watch funny clips via YouTube. English learners and the other two language learners had a different motivation. In the beginning, English learners learned the target language in class. They were required to learn it. However, they were interested in NBA or English songs, so they became less informally. On the contrary, Korean and Japanese learners learned the target language because of their interest. When they became mature, they want to study abroad, so they took formal class to improve their language proficiency.
With the advancement of technology, language learning has become more fun than ever. According to the interests, they choose different ways to learn, such as listen to music, play games, and watching drama, making language learning more flexible and convenient. Finally, informal learning has become a trend. According to the research result, most learners believe that both formal and informal learning have their own benefit. Using the internet, a stress-free learning space can be created, and learning content is more diverse and rich. In formal learning, their pronunciation can get a right guidance from teacher and improve their writing skills, so learners can try to combine these two modes. Based on the study results, we suggest both teachers and learners can combine informal learning with formal learning. First, the suggestion to learners is to develop their interest in the local culture of target language. Learners can combine learning with news, radio, and games they interest them because interest is the key motivational factor to their success in language learning. Then, the suggestion to teachers is that teachers can integrate multimedia in the production of teaching materials, as well as enhance students' concentration, memory, and interest. Such type of this education should start with young students, so then they are imbued with an early understanding that technology is a good means to acquire and build knowledge, not just to have fun.
And as was evidenced by our study, interest and goals of our motivate learners to learn the languages, and frequent exposure to the target languages drive their success. With the technology to provide ubiquitous access to diverse and rich resources, learners can decide when, how, and to what extent they are exposed to their target languages. All in all, persistent practice is important. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day. Thank you.